Hi there, it's Dr. Sarah. Thought I would offer you two meditation alternatives today. So here's what we've got going on. I harvested some fava beans from our garden yesterday, and I thought, wow, what an amazing meditation it is to shell and then peel fava beans. So that's option number one. I'll get more into it in a minute. The second option is Nadi Shodhana, one of my favorite hormonal balancing pranayamas. And I'm going to break it down for you today, make it really simple and accessible for all of you who maybe have experience with it or not, as well as to go through some of the new data that we have on what Nadi Shodhana does for you. You know me, the doctor always likes to talk about the data. So fava beans, here's one that I harvested from our urban garden. Woo, my husband David planted these, and I totally love fava beans. I think they're delicious, and there's a way in which shelling the beans, I'm just going to do that here for you to kind of show you what this looks like. Shelling the beans is such a meditative practice. There's this great Sanskrit word called sadhana, and it means spiritual practice, and I love it when food can become like a spiritual practice. So here's a gorgeous little fava bean. Isn't it cute? Look at how these just peel right out of here. I just pulled these off of the stalk, and they're just so gorgeous. I love this green color. I love everything about it. They look like little erections on the fava plants themselves. I'm trying to keep this G-rated, but they seriously do look like erections. So there they are. Okay, so what about the favas? Why is this so meditative? So you shell the beans, and then whenever you have a bean that is bigger than your thumbnail, so here's my thumb and here's this fava. This fava is a little bit bigger than my thumbnail. When it's bigger than your thumbnail, you actually need to do a second layer of shelling. So what I do is I take these gorgeous little beans after I've gotten them out of the pod. I stick them in some simmering water for 1 minute. I blanch them, and then it's very easy to remove this outer layer. So I'll just show you what this looks like. This outer layer of skin, so that you have a nice tender fava bean underneath. So a second layer of shelling. And then once you have this gorgeous shelled fava bean, you can then cook it in some olive oil over medium-low heat for about 10 minutes, and it's just such a great protein source. So that's the fava beans. Let me move on to Nadi Shodhana. So let's talk about that. So Nadi Shodhana is also called the sweet breath. Nadi refers to the sacred channels of energy in the body, the energetic body, so not the anatomical body that we learn about in medical school, but the energetic, subtle energy of the body. And the nadis are considered these channels through which prana, or life force, runs. So what about Shodhana? Shodhana is a Sanskrit word that refers to cleansing. You put it together and you have clear the channel breath. And I love that. I love to clear my channel. So I know you want to know why you should bother. Why bother with this particular practice? You know that you can count on me for that why bother question. And I'm just going to put my doctor hat on here for a minute. Here's my doctor hat. It's also my snowboarding hat. So, why bother? Well, there was a randomized control trial that was published 5 years ago, in 2005, that showed in a group of students who were doing Nadi Shodhana compared to controls, randomized control trials, so they were randomized to one practice or the other. The control group actually did quiet breathing versus sitting on a couch and being told to relax. They found in the group that did Nadi Shodhana that they had an improvement in 4 parameters. So what were those 4 parameters? Number 1, they had a slower pulse. Number 2, they had a lower blood pressure. Number 3, they had a deeper flow of the breath. And for my physiology nerds who are out there, what I mean is peak expiratory flow was increased. And then number 4 was that they had improved problem solving. So I'm especially interested in that one. So I thought what we do is just do a really simple version of Nadi Shodhana together. I recommend it, of course, for 5 to 10 minutes a day. In the study that they did, which was originally from Malaysia, they did it for 20 minutes. So for those of you who are overachievers, give it a try for 20 minutes. So here's the way I want to teach it. Take your hand, take that pointer finger and that middle finger, you don't need those for a sacred practice, and fold them down. So then you've got your thumb, your ring finger, your pinky finger. Block off your right nostril and inhale for a 5 count through your left nostril. Hold for 5, and then exhale through your right nostril for 5. Inhale 5. Hold for 5, and you can plug off your nose if you want to. About a 5-second count for each of these, and then exhale through your left. Let's do it again. Inhale 5. Hold 5. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold 5. Exhale left. Inhale left. Hold 5. Exhale right. Do 3 to 5 rounds of this. Finish with exhaling on the right side. Notice how balanced you feel on the right and left side before you start, and then again after you finish. Complete with coming back to your easy sitting pose and just breathing naturally and noticing how much more open and balanced you feel. Balance is where it's at. All right, Dr. Sara signing out. See ya.